Come in, friends. The door is open. Won't you sit down? No, not there. Sit by the fire. Let the bristling flames warm you. It is chilly in here, as if the cold air of death were in the room. The door is closed. The demons are ready. Clutch your chair. You are trapped in the Chamber of Chills.
All the stories we tell are true. We believe in ghosts. Do you?
Hi, my name is Butch. Some people might have called me a bad kid because I'd occasionally sneak out of the house late at night after my parents had fallen asleep. Or should I say, passed out. Which brings me to the reason I'd sneak out in the first place. My parents were bitter, cowardly adults who'd blame me for not living up to their expectations. How could I? My father was an alcoholic, and my mother was a pill-popping sociopath. I never knew when the beating was coming, other than it usually came in the middle of the night when I was asleep. Nice folks, huh? The story I'm gonna tell you took place on a Monday evening. I was 11 years old. It was a warm summer night, and I couldn't sleep. The outside air was blowing, magnetic and energized. It called to me like an offering of freedom. I crawled through my bedroom window and retrieved my bicycle from the garage. I had to be quiet and careful. My father never oiled the springs on that old rusty garage door, which was probably most likely an old-world security system to alert him of intruders. Now riding through my neighborhood, I became bored. This neighborhood on the west side was too safe. I'd head for a more seedy and exciting neighborhood on the east side. A neighborhood known for bars, nightclubs, and condemned houses some 10 miles away. I arrived on the east side of town. Gosh, it was worse than I remembered. There were now junkies roaming around, some with track marks on their arm and flesh infections, looking like zombies. And even some of them looked like they were arguing with demons living inside of their heads. I saw a street hoodlum beating one of them up. He was screaming, "Where's my money, motherfucker?" To be honest with you, it both thrilled me and terrified me. I closed my eyes real hard and imagined myself to be invisible, like kids often do, like I was casting some blinding magical spell on my immediate environment. Yeah, right. Suddenly, in the corner of my eye, I saw a van with no windows pull up nearby. I turned to look at it and observed the driver. He appeared to be 40 years old, gawking at me, licking his lips and blowing me kisses. I braked my bicycle, whipped the handlebars 180 degrees, and pedaled away as hard as I could. Jumping on top of those pedals, I glanced over my shoulder and I watched the van perform an aggressive U-turn. I scanned the street for a quick place to hide. I knew I couldn't outrun him. I needed to find cover. Where was it? This long concrete jungle before me seemed hopeless. Then I spotted a patch of ivy. I braked my bicycle and laid that sucker down like I was stealing third base. I stood up and tossed my bicycle into the ivy patch and dove in thereafter. I could hear the rats scurrying around me. I looked down and saw a used needle just inches away from my face. Then I heard the puttering van approaching ever so slowly. The driver was looking for me. He produced a flashlight and shone a sweeping beam back and forth, back and forth. I ducked down and flattened my body like a pancake. At that moment, I felt something nibbling on the bare part of my leg, but I didn't dare move, even if that nibbling was coming from a diseased rat. The driver parked the van, left it idling, and stepped out. "Dear God," I said mentally, "don't let me die. I'll be a good boy, a better boy, I swear." Right then, that same bully street hoodlum confronted the driver of the van and yelled, "Where you from, bitch?" "Get the fuck out of here," the driver said as he whipped out a pistol. The street hoodlum in turn lunged at him. They struggled. A gunshot rang out, then another. Boom, boom, boom. Large caliber. I looked up. I had to. Neither of those guys were moving no more. They were both bleeding out, and I mean bad. I fixed my bicycle, mounted it, and rode that baby like I had never had, with fervor and desperation. Only hoping to reach that hell that I would now call home.